Hey, he's back.
It's a Kaylan.
I'm here, boys. How's everybody doing?
I'm ashamed to say that, you know, I tried my best to fire him, but like he's got the keys. He won't let me have them back, so he just keeps finding his way back in.
It's like a breakup, the Seinfeld episode where it's both people have to turn their keys. Like, what? No.
I'm getting all choked up because he's back.
Nailed it.
I'm getting all choked up. How was Mexico?
It was good. Good. Like sun, heat, sand, surfing. Can't ask for more. Margaritas is great. Like we weren't at a resort. We were staying at like a compound, and so I missed the all-inclusive experience. So Jen and I had like Yeti water bottles, and we found a place around the corner that served like margaritas for like $3. So I'd go there and be like, "Can I get these filled with margaritas?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, can I get 2 margaritas to go?" They're like, "Sure." Pour them in, and I just walk back to the pool.
Like, problem solved.
Exactly.
We can't pour them directly in there, but here is 2 cups and a little funnel.
Exactly.
Well, with the man back from Mexico, it is time for another PixelPlay Podcast, episode 227. You guys know who's here. Adam, a.k.a. is Radical Chris, Jen and Chris, Kaylan, a.k.a. Catastrophe, and Sonic, if you're watching the video.
I love how Kaylan wasn't looking.
I saw it.
Special guest Sonic. I'll put that on the
Sonic.
I'll put that on the goddamn thumbnail. Be like, and with featuring special guest Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know how, like, I don't know why we're getting this like 2-bit like third-rate celebrity though. Like, where's Big the Cat? Was he not available? We need him.
He's fishing. He's
Way
looking
more
for
important.
Froggy.
But obviously, I mean, it's not like there was anything that happened last week that actually was good. Much to my surprise.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, it's
State
a
of Play
mystery.
should just not be 30 minutes anymore, and they actually realize, oh shit, we should probably put something in here.
That's what was holding them back was the time frame.
Yeah, make it longer.
Yeah, imagine having something that's disappointing everyone, and your solution is to double the amount of time people have to spend with it.
Well, I
it's
mean,
like, oh,
but
it's solved it.
not everybody can copy Jeff Keighley, so.
Yeah, that's how he makes Summer Game Fest even better. It's got to be like 5 hours instead of 2.5.
If you're disappointed, make sure it's long.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to suffer with that anyway, so you know what? It'd be funnier if it's 6 hours and all of a sudden it's like, I can't leave. I can't go to the bathroom. I can't eat. I can't miss a thing because the second I leave, like, No, the Persona 6 would be too easy. That's actually more plausible.
That's plausible.
What would be my Splinter Cell? That's
Honestly, I would have said Trails
That's honestly
remake,
tougher than I thought.
Yeah.
Nothing's like Splinter Cell.
I know the answer, and Chris, you're gonna laugh. The Bouncer 2.
There's no way.
And
That'll
I say
never
that
happen.
without any shred of like sarcasm.
Oh, that should be a PS6 like launch title.
Because like honestly, a Final Fantasy remake we know is happening. Final Fantasy 17, I don't care. Persona 6, I know it's coming. Chrono Game, that's Chris's thing, and it's never gonna happen anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, what's the weirdest thing like in the back burner that I've had like for the longest time? I mean, Mega Man Legends 3 would also be a thing too, but like Capcom's way too fucking dumb to think that that's a good idea. So
True. Oh yeah, Legends 3.
and
That's a good
besides,
one.
you can't announce it until I've beaten both of them on the stream, so it's fine. Like, there's no point.
Also a good point.
Which, by the way, like, I know it's nothing, but like we had more than 10 people on the stream Saturday morning last weekend, which is weird.
That was fun watching.
It's great.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, look, am I saying like, oh, we're such a big deal now? No, fuck, of course not. But the fact
Move
that like I'm
over,
used to it
Moist
being like
Critical.
essentially
Adam's here.
me, Chris, and that's about it.
That is normal.
Another
What a
like
Wednesday.
7-8 people was like, huh, that's more than usual.
Yeah. The amount of hearts on the stream, it was a lot. They were loving what you were doing, which was being at least a 7 out of 10.
which
in
was
in
panicking at
Mega Man
most
Legends.
times.
Yeah. It was. That's why I was like, I don't know, 7 out of 10 performance I'd give. Yeah.
I'm not pretending that I'm good at video games. You kidding me? But speaking of being good at video games, hey, Kaylan, you're back from vacation. what good games have you been playing?
Man, I'm coming bearing gifts of reviews and feedback on games. Like,
Well,
I've been
one of which
playing
that I
a bunch.
definitely want to hear you talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go first with Metroid Dread. I'm like pretty much at the final boss of that game. Love this game. This game is fantastic. I think probably one of, if not the best game on the Switch. Come at me, Zelda fans. I will argue with you on that one. The final boss, though, seems like he's gonna be a pain in the ass. But even if this is the worst part, it's a fantastic game. My son is now watching it. I was playing it one day and he's like, what are you playing? And I was like, giving him Metroid lore, which I know very little of. I was like, that's Samus. She's a girl. And he's like, whoa. So like the natural reaction to Metroid. So, but he's enjoying it, watching me play. And so I anticipate I'm going to have that finished by the end of this week, early next week. So I'm going to just quickly say, like, gameplay's fantastic. Graphics look amazing on the Switch 2. It's a Switch 1 game, but I assume it's been upgraded, but even if not, it looks amazing. Story, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Atmospherically, this game catches that grip really well. I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 6. So, like, it's not going to win someone over who doesn't like Metroidvanias, but if you like Metroidvanias, if you like Metroid, I think this is one of the best ones in the series. So I highly recommend this one.
Completely agree. So good.
And like those robots, the Emmys or whatever they're called, the EMMEs, I think, or
AMAs, or Emmys, yeah.
Those things really do cause dread. Like, I both loved and hated when those times came in the game, because like you can't defeat them. Like, your best thing is just to avoid them and hide from them, and they are just stalking you. And like the game suggests, you really get a sense of dread, and like they capture that very well.
Too good. So. The heart palpitations I would have while playing that game was insane. Insane.
Yeah, totally recommend it. But the game I was most excited to talk about is I started Dispatch, and I beat it within a week. Oh my god, guys, if we could go back in time, if we could go back to our awards, this game I think would have been my game of the year for last year. Like, dang. I absolutely love it. I am not a Marvel fan. I'm burnt out on Marvel. I'm not the superhero guy, but this game just clicked. I absolutely love the art style. I love the story. I love the characters. I like the voice acting. Like, Aaron Paul, totally
forgot that was him. Even though I knew going into the game, totally forgot until the credits rolled.
Yeah, but like, he's just the main character. And he does it so well. But like, everyone else is so good too. Like, we just saw it there, Flambe, one of my favorite characters in this whole game. He's so funny. Like, he's like this like Latino Spanish kind of Human Torch thing. He's just so funny in this. There were so many times I was just laughing out loud at this game while I was playing it. I can't recommend it enough. Like, I love the characters. It's just so funny how it's written. And like I told Jen, this became like my nightly show, because there's 8 episodes. Each one is about an hour. Yeah. With longish cutscenes that I would like. It's not one where you're constantly playing. But I was just invested in terms of like what happens. I want to see what happens next in this show. And so every night I'd turn on the PlayStation. I'd play an episode of Dispatch, and it was just so good. The gameplay in terms of like dispatching your guys, I don't know about you, Adam. I was terrible at this. They were like, you were in the top 10% of players, top 30% of players. And I'm like, oh, fantastic. Or like, not top 10, but you were like, you did 10% better than other people.
So I don't know if I would say I was good at it. I just understood very quickly what the right way to approach leveling up everybody was.
That's, I think, what my problem was.
Because, like, I realized really quickly, I'm like, wait, I'm already in episode 2. I've rarely had any chances to upgrade. I don't think there's any point in balancing. I better just go hard on, like, single stats. And sure enough, that paid off.
That's what happened to me. And, it's also a little bit, I find sometimes confusing of, like, what was expected. So I think I don't know if I liked the leveling system in this game. Like, I thought that was kind of, like, it was very much like, if you don't do it right, you're going to screw up and be penalized for it. But I really liked it. There's a couple of things that turned out that I'm like, oh man, I wish this didn't happen this way. But overall, like, the characters are amazing, the art style is amazing, the acting's amazing, the gameplay's amazing. I can't for $40, like, I can't recommend this game enough to anybody. Like I said, this would have been my game of the year if I had played it last year. Probably going to be my Jen and Chris Classic Award for this year. So yeah, like, I don't know. I really liked it.
The ultimate question I have for you is, now it doesn't have to be one of the 2 options you have in the game. Who is best girl?
Oh, for sure. It's Blonde Blazer.
Ooh, okay, interesting
Yeah.
choice.
So, and here's the thing. I made a mistake at one point, and it kind of, like, the ending I got was, it's complicated. So, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but, like, I like Blonde Blazer. So, like, the two, and correct me if there's other ones, but, like, the two key love interests
There are
you can
only
have
two
between-
love interests.
Okay, cool.
But realistically, like, there's more than, like, it's gonna be. I hope if they make another one of these, that it's like how Mass Effect was, where like Tali in the first game is not, but eventually becomes one.
Yeah.
So like, I hope that they do that with other characters. Now, would it make sense for all of them? No.
No.
But, like,
I'm glad they didn't. either,
Malevolous
'cause I feel
should
like
be
it
an
makes it-
option. Like, you should have to be like, look, you just want a dommy mommy, go.
Yeah. So the way I kind of went, like, I went with Blonde Blazer because the way I see it, and like no spoilers in this, Invisigal seems like the kind of like ride or die best friend. Blonde Blazer seems like, you know, like wife material kind of thing.
I was gonna say Blonde
that's where I
Blazer
felt.
is not baggage. Invisigal is
Yeah.
lots of baggage, all the baggage. In fact,
But like I also kind of was like, I don't know, like I can see the appeals of both. That's the
well, it was
I went
easy
with,
for
but-
me. One has midriff. It's kind of like as a tomboy lover, it's kind of a free space, and it's not fair.
I had a moment where I'm like, you know what, Invisigal, like, you got baggage, but I could fix you. I could fix you, girl.
The one thing, and this is again not spoiling it, it's clear that the attention went in one direction over the other based on the amount of, let's say, 18 plus cutscenes that were given in this game, or cutscene, I guess if we really want to be technical.
One definitely felt like was sort of like the main, like the primary one. The other one felt like a little bit more of a secondary one. So.
It also felt, honestly, for that person, though, it felt like it made more, like, actually for each person with whatever their quote-unquote sexy scene was, they actually both made sense based on who they are. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't, like, I saw a lot of people being like, oh, it's bullshit, we didn't get this person, like, in full-on, like, almost nudity and stuff. It's like, guys, what they did made sense, honestly. Like, maybe they had to rush something, but, like, at the same point, like, I didn't feel like it took away from, like, who they are.
Yeah. But, like, it wasn't even these two. Like, I even like the interpersonal relationships of all the characters and how they work. Like, there was a decision that you have to make, I think, like, in episode 2? Maybe episode 1. And, like, I didn't want to make that decision. And, like, I think I was like, they're like, you have to
is it the cut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to do it. And so I just didn't pick anything. And then they pick it for me. I'm like, well, that's also bullshit. So I went back and I'm like, well, if you have to make me choose.
So...
Yeah.
Without spoiling it, I went with the one that has more applicability in terms of their stats, and you'll know which of the two I mean because they have much more of a they have a gimmick that makes them way more well-rounded.
Yeah. So I think I kept that person. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it's just so good and like it's so funny. Like there's so much dialogue that I was like actually laughing out loud, and the banter that they have just it captures it
because it's such bad office humor too. Like,
oh, it's great.
Like, there's a mix of like the really really good like toilet humor and stuff, and like what you expect on like some sort of like a Saturday Night Live kind of show, and then there's just like the really subtle like really bad like this is cringy office material, and you're just like, oh, that's so bad. And you just
so
can't help
good.
but
Like,
crack a smile anyway.
it's so good. Like one of my favorite scenes is when they are at, and once again, no spoilers on like decisions or anything like that. But you're at a villain bar with all your like coworkers, and Flambe does karaoke, and oh my god, I just laughed so loud at that. It's so good. I don't want to talk more about it and like ruin it for anyone, but like this is a 6 out of 6. I won't shut up about this game. If anyone asks, this is the game you got to play. Like it's so good, and it's $40. Like you can't. Like,
I mean,
roll
not
the
to
dice
mention
on
that I'm
it.
sure like at any point Steam will put it at like it's probably got to
for
be
sure.
at least getting 25% off, if not more now.
Yeah.
So.
But like it's so good. I can't wait for the next one. I don't even know if I want them to do like another Dispatch or if I just want them to take like a different, like go the same route. But this studio is now one that like Telltale's back, and this is what it should be. Like it's absolutely perfect. I absolutely love it. The next game they make, if it's along this line, day one purchase for me.
Yeah, I will say this is a huge comparison when the first season of Walking Dead is a thing. This is the best Telltale-esque game that I've ever played.
So I mean, like the first season of Walking Dead 1 was really good too, and it was novel at the time, but like that wore thin because it was just like, oh, walk around this thing and just click on it. It had a very much a point and click adventure, and it was cool at first, but then you kind of saw like, oh, the decisions don't really matter, nothing really matters here, doesn't really impact the story. Like this one I felt like really impacted the story, like who was there, who was not there, the choices I had affected gameplay. It's
I mean, for me, it also helps too that, you know, it's not depressing the entire time.
No, and that's the thing. Like, it has like heavy moments, but it's not constantly depressing. Like, it's quite funny.
And like
Walking Dead is a
even
comedy
minor
reboot.
characters are strong in it. Like I can't think of the old black dude's name right now. I'm blanking
Oh,
for some
Chase.
reason. Thank you. Yeah, you probably just
Chase
recently,
is
you recently
so
played
funny.
it. Like they're so good.
So good. Yeah.
I can't wait.
And
to
there's
play
like
this.
there's like just so many characters, like little side characters that are just disposable, and you're like, man, that's hilarious. Like that's really funny.
I thought that when I was playing through the game, I'm like, okay, there's gonna be a couple that I really like could care less if anything happens to them. And by the end of the game, I'm like, no, like there might be ones at the bottom of the tier list, but like it's not like, you know, Chris, I mean, you'll know this. Like, you know, in every JRPG, there's like a party of 9 characters, and the last 2 that get introduced are like they basically don't mean shit. They're just there.
They're Umaro in Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah. Dispatch doesn't have that. Because it helps that they basically give you everybody early, so that way there is the time to build them.
Yeah, like the only one that was like a little, like I found was a bit of a dud, was the one that get added that you can have one of the 2. And I chose the one with the mustache. I'm not going to spoil it, but like I chose the one with the mustache, and I found he was a bit of a bummer. Like he wasn't as good as I thought he would
went
be.
the opposite route, and it paid dividends in the end.
Okay, yeah, no, he was fine. He didn't do much, but
It depends. Like it probably made sense for you because you probably needed that power boost. Whereas if you pick the other guy and you raise him properly, he is a vital aspect.
Yeah.
At the end.
I kind of want to play this again, but I also at the same time I'm like, I got too much to play right now. Which leads me into my third game, which I told you guys before we started. You guys wouldn't guess what I'm playing. So I'm gonna go off on a tangent right now and appeal to the book talk girlies and stuff. I've been reading Red Rising. Adam, I know you're not a big reader, but Chris, do you ever read Red Rising, the series?
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't
God.
read. I didn't read it, but I do know about it. Is what I meant.
Chris, you got to read it. It's really good. So, anyways, I'm reading about it. It's basically about like a Mars intergalactic revolution kind of thing, and I'm like, I am loving this book so much, and I want to be in this world more. But there's not an opportunity. There's no books, or there's no movies. There's no TV shows. Nothing. So I went to the only thing I could find. I went out to the We Got Games, if you remember where that is. We went there the one time.
We did, yes.
I went up there, and
Cool store.
long story short, I bought Red Faction Armageddon, or Red Faction...
I knew it. As soon as you were talking about the book
Gorilla?
and you're like, oh, they don't have any movies, I'm like, he's playing Red Faction.
I got Red Faction Gorilla, the Remastered, which is the stupidest title of a game
That
ever.
is very dumb.
So dumb. So I've been playing that, which is kind of neat. Like, this is not the greatest game of all time. It is very dated, but in the same sense, it's also very comforting. Like, this game jumps you right into it. There's no prologue or anything like that. This is not the one, I don't think.
Is it not?
Red Faction Gorilla?
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard you say Armageddon.
I did. I misspoke. It's Gorilla.
So it's your fault. Okay.
I'm not saying it's yours. I'm just saying that wasn't the right one. Long story short, like, the game throws you right in. There's like no like build up. Like, I kind of realized, like, playing new games, like, there's so much time where they build up the character before, like, this one it's like, hey, you're on Mars. By the way, you're now in a terrorist organization. Go start a revolution in like Mars. I'm like, who? What? Who am I? Like,
Just like the book.
those are the bad guys. What? Why? Doesn't matter. Go kill them. Great. But like, I'm having fun. So like this is it right here. So like, the game is like a little dated, a little janky, but honestly, it's bringing me back to like mercenary days of like, you know, like, it reminds me a lot of like Mercenary and Freedom Fighters, and like a lot of
It
those
sure
games
looks
from,
like an original Xbox early 360 game.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I think this was PS2. I think actually, was this PS2?
That
PS2,
sounds about right.
Xbox,
Just frame was
something
like,
like
sure
that,
looks
yeah.
like something that would have been
Yeah.
on the early Xbox.
But you know what? Like, it's bringing me back to a thing where it's just like the missions are like, it just go to mission. There's like no cutscenes. I'm just causing constant destruction, and like, it very much brings me back to that time. And like, I'm not going to say this is a great game. I'm not going to say this is like one that you need to play if you're not itching for it. But if you're looking for like a classic you know, like I said, mercenaries, freedom fighters, that kind of thing. This game is scratching that itch, and I'm loving it. There's a bunch of stuff to clear up, but like the map is small. Like I've already cleaned out one area. Like there's no like the world is bloated, but it's small enough that it's manageable, and I'm really enjoying this. So, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like comfort food. Like just gaming how it was back before. Graphics are obviously not as nice as graphics today and all that, but it's actually just about the fun gameplay. Like it just
and that's the thing. I'm in that loop, but like it's like, hey, go blow up this tower. I'm like, cool. I've got some landmines. I'll just go chuck them and blow it up and then get out of there, and it's perfectly fine. Like it's not bloated, it's not overdone. Like it's good.
Oh, I love the games that feel like that.
Yeah.
God,
so,
they're so good.
Honestly, Chris, get into it. Like it holds up. Like the remaster did a good job. Like it's not perfect, but like it's manageable. Like it doesn't feel like I'm playing like the Metal Gear collection where it's like, oh man, this doesn't hold up. Like this actually holds up, but it just has that very classic style of gaming. So yeah.
Remastered.
And Adam, you'll be
edition.
happy to know. I also bought the Mass Effect trilogy. So after I finish that,
Nice.
Ooh, I'm still working on playing the second one.
Yeah.
And I beat the first one
The best
3 years
one,
ago.
in fact.
It's God.
So, like I said, I'm just trying to get that space opera, Red Rising sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll make it all the greater when the new Expanse game comes out and it actually ends up being good, because it's going to be, if it's going to be like the Mass Effect game we've been asking for a while, I'll be very happy about that.
We already got it. It's the Telltale Expanse game.
I don't want to talk about it.
So I've been talking for 20 minutes about what I've been playing. What have you guys been playing?
So I'm chipping away at 2 games. I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to. This has been a weird year for me so far. I think Trails being as meh as this one was has kind of gotten it into my head of like, oh no, I don't think anything I like is good right now. And it's not helping that there's not really anything out to kind of counterbalance that. So I've been kind of like in a weird spot where I haven't played nearly as much as I have, but I at least finally have a couple of games that I'm like splitting like an hour here and there in between. So like the first one I'm touching right now is called Dark Auction. Anyone that likes your like visual novel death game types, like the Nonary series has been, this is what this kind of is. Essentially, I'm trying to think of like the best way to explain it. It's almost like early 80s, like I'm assuming some level of Germany, like it has a lot of references to World War II themes.
Of course, the
like,
giant bird in World War II.
They keep calling. I don't know why this choice was made, but they keep calling Adolf Hitler just like Dictator X in this game, even though it's very obvious what this game is pointing to. I'm just like, you know, you can just say his name, right? Like we all understand he's a bad guy. You don't have to hide that. But like it's just a pretty mysterious visual novel that just kind of goes through like, okay, you and 5 other people are at this castle. You can't leave. You all have to participate in this quote unquote auction that is really just they're trying to piece together someone in your family's memories so they can trace what happened to this really important object. And somehow in 1981, I think the year is, they have this head apparatus that can take your memories and kills you if you lie. It's just like, it's this weird thing. It's like, we're sure, just throw this random technology and just a paper wave it away. But like, it's more just the mystery of, you know, you getting to know the characters, trying to figure out the clues that lead to, you know, what you need to do to help trigger the memories that they need to, or snuff out the lies that they've been telling so that way you can keep them from dying. I assume if you fail, they die and the story goes on. I'm 2 guys in and haven't failed and probably won't, because my one complaint about this game is that for the most part, and maybe it just gets harder as it goes on, you have to be really fucking stupid to not know what the answers are for a lot of these things. And in fact, they handhold you quite a bit too. So like they'll have a system where you'll need to go to the library to research something, and the librarian will use his whatever technology Dewey Decimal System in his library to go find the book for it. But you need to ask what the subject is. But it doesn't give you the chance to select what the subject might be, because like there'll be moments where it'll give you like a bunch of different words, because it saves all these either words, subjects, people, and like you'll have to regurgitate it. The problem is in that system, it doesn't. It just gives you the one option. And it's like, but what's the point then? Like the only times you really need to remember stuff is at the very end when you do the auction with everybody. So for about an hour, you're just being handheld to the auction, and like you would probably have a better shot of like memorizing stuff more even if you had to work your way through the entire way, but you don't. So it's a weird decision that they've made in this game that I'm not sure why, because it's strange how in a detective-ish mystery game that you're just being given the answers for most of the stuff you got to do. It's just a weird choice. But like, I still enjoy the vibe of it. The mystery has been pretty interesting. I have a feeling that it's probably going to be underwhelming. I'm getting a good sixth sense about that, where I'm like, I don't think this is going to pay off as much as I wanted to at the end, but I'm still like curious enough to see if I'm going to be wrong on it. But yeah, like that's the one that I'm putting my time into on the serious front, which is great because the polar opposite of that is Romeo is a Dead Man, which is as far away from serious as you can get. Yeah. My God. I love this game, but I don't love it so much that I can't stop playing it. Like, if it makes any sense, like, it's really, really fucking fun, but it's not like, oh my God, I need to play this till I'm done, like, kind of thing. It's like, both games apparently are 10 to 15 hours, but neither of them are like the kind of game that I think I could play for like 4+ hours in a sitting. It's a game that like you play a level of or a chapter of, and then you've got your bit and you can come back to it later. Between the two, this game is so much better. Oh my God, I fucking love this game. It's so stupid. It makes no sense, which is exactly what I want. Because, like, here you are as this guy that nearly died to a zombie bite, I think? But your grandfather, like, not evil scientist, but your grandfather scientist sticks this fucking thing in your eye that mutates you into this, I guess, immortal-ish guy, maybe? That's now a robot, but also you wear a jacket with a moving object on the back that's actually your grandfather, because that also makes sense. And then your job now is to help the space FBI trigger dimensional warps in the world so you can go kill your girlfriend. And yes, I'm basically saying everything verbatim.
What?
Cool. Kojima's probably just sitting there taking notes like, this is brilliant.
If anyone is familiar with Suda 51, you're like, you know what? That makes sense for him.
And Metal Gear Solid is 2 out there. Come on. Like, that sounds wild, but also it looks like a lot of fun. And
it is a very fun game to play. The fact that, like, also the weird mini games that you do in between, like, actual, like, this is the normal stuff. When you go on the ship, it turns into like Sega Genesis graphics. So Chris, I even told you, it kind of gives me sort of Phantasy Star vibes.
Oh,
with the music
right,
and
yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
But like you're on the ship, and there will be like your stat upgrades you can do for minigame. By the way, your stat upgrades is literally like a fucking arcade game. Like you drive your character along this maze to actually collect your upgrades.
What?
But also, you can also spawn, you can summon enemies to help you for moments, but the only way to do that is by planting them in the ground, and then you fish them out later. And then you can also combine them into one better summon at the end, because, of course, we had to have, like, Pokemon evolution, like stuff. Yeah. And if all of this does not seem to make sense together, you're correct. It doesn't.
No, I think I've seen this episode of The Walking Dead with these zombies. I think I've seen this. What the hell is happening? How is your grandpa in your jacket? He looks like a cat or something. What is that?
He is. Just understand it.
This is fantastic.
So, like, the gameplay loop is fantastic. The story is nonsensical, which is the point. If anybody's expecting something actually important out of it, you're not playing the right game. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a dumbass time. It's Time Cop, the video game. Just accept it.
Time Cop. I'm waiting for you to be like, and it's actually a retelling of Citizen Kane. Like, just like.
But honestly, it's the first chapter is also 1980s Dead Rising because it's in a 1980 shopping mall, and in fact, it's way better than Dead Rising because there's no time constraints.
Yeah. This just looks like stupid fun. Like, just.
It is very stupid fun.
Just
also,
go for it.
The music is fantastic in this game too.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel like you may have questions.
I can't. My
this
brain
podcast's
won't...
not long enough for this.
Yeah, like, I asked the jacket thing. You gave me an answer. Are those cookies on the wall or pizza? What is that?
I don't know. All I know is their currency.
The game seems really dark, though. Is that just like this play, or like?
It might be the actual gameplay video here, because like I don't feel like it was that bad when I was playing.
Okay.
Yeah, it just could be settings of the video.
Yeah, I just wanted to like confirm, but yeah, this had a cool trailer. This absolutely does nothing for me, and I don't think I'm gonna play this.
Well, not everyone's got good taste.
I've not recovered. I've not recovered yet from Kojima. I need some time.
This is Kojima, like if Kojima just took acid and just.
No, this is better than Kojima.
Oh, I like
Chris,
the
what
jacket.
have you been playing?
I also have been playing a few games. So there's going to be 3 of them. The first one's the one I've actually beaten, and Kaylan, you're going to love this because I finally beat and I played and beat Space Marine 2. I grabbed it, like I only just grabbed it. It's not like I've had it for a long time. I would have played it a long time ago. It was just one of those games that took forever to actually get a decent sale, probably because it's really damn good, so they didn't need to. I did not think I was going to play this game and get like that sucked in. Usually these type of games, I play a few chapters and then bounce out. I didn't. I could not stop playing. And I could not believe how sucked in I got into the multiplayer. Like those co-op missions where it's just like a level in the game, but you have to do it online with like randoms. Mm-hmm. The amount of times I was like shouting for the Emperor and like kneeling for other people and stuff. Like I had a brotherhood I was a part of. Like it was insane. I got sucked into lore that I didn't even know I knew. Like I don't understand anything that's happening. But this game is just power fantasy turned up to 11. It is so good. And obviously it's going to be like an age thing, like a thing of its times. But I didn't really like Space Marine 1, and I even played the like re-release from last year, the anniversary edition, or I actually don't remember what it's called, Reforged or something. Yeah. This is what I would have wished the first game was. Like, this is so
it's
good.
Faster.
I understand. The other game's like 15 or 20 years old. Like, it's not new. I think it was an Xbox 360 game.
It's
maybe?
a PS3 game. Yeah, I had
PS3.
it on PS3.
Yeah, so okay, so maybe it's not fully 20 years old. Actually, yeah, so like 15, 20 could be anywhere in there, I guess. But yeah, this is like possibly the perfect game. Adam, you saw a chat I was in where I was like, "Oh my god, like everybody please get this game. I need to do like co-op missions with everybody. Please just go buy it." Nobody listened to me, which is dumb, but it is so good. Like it's just fun.
It's really good.
And the graphics look amazing. And even though it looks like it doesn't, like, oh, this is going to be graphics intense, like you need a really high-end PC and stuff. I was playing this, obviously, with dynamic resolution where it can adjust it at 4K on my TV with like a locked perfect 60 frames per second on Ultra. Like this game actually runs, and it's been out a couple years, so it could have been optimized, but still, it runs so well and shit. Like, I could not believe how amazing this looked. Like, it's so actually like beautiful. The amount of screenshots I was taking was actually getting to the point where it's like, dude, like stop taking screenshots. You are surrounded, like photo mode. This is not the moment. You are fucking surrounded. But yeah, the story is just like hype. Like the last couple levels, even though I still don't fully understand who the bad guy is. I just know he's chaos, which is bad. And like good people show up and bad things are the aliens because they look like they're from StarCraft and that's bad. And it's just like 2 last missions of just like grab a gun and go like fight a war against like pure evil. I was so hyped that when it was over, I was like, I'm sad it's over. And I just went back and started replaying some co-op online missions. Like I needed more. I could not believe how much more I wanted this game. If they came out with an expansion where it's just like, hey, here's 10 more like co-op missions to play, I'd buy it tomorrow. Instantly. I wouldn't even wait for a sale.
Sounds to me like you're going to get really excited if Space Marine 3 gets announced at like at Summer Game Fest or some shit.
I have a feeling it will. I think it kind of like, I'm not going to give spoilers or anything, but they definitely like have left it open and started doing some stuff where it's like, maybe there'll be more, but they kind of did that with the first game. And again, that was 15 to 20 years ago. So it's like,
I think
who
the
knows?
thing is like Games Workshop is pretty prolific in terms of making games. Like they like as a property have quite a lot of games.
Oh yeah.
It might be a while before we get a Space Marine game, but you know, they're making like, there's Vermintide, there's Bolt Gun, like they're constantly making
Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
there's so
a
many.
ton of like Warhammer games.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you like this one.
Oh my God. Like, I need more. Like, and then when, like, my favorite part, I'm not going to lie, I like the online co-op missions or the concept of it more than the single player campaign, which is completely reverse compared to like every other game like a Call of Duty or something. To design my own Space Marine, and I've got like teal is one of my favorite colors, so I made the dude teal, and you'd finish a mission and unlock a new piece of armor and you change the cosmetics. Like, I cared more about the cosmetics in this than unlocking characters in Smash Brothers. Like, it was insane how much I was like, I want to design my Space Marine. Like, it was me. I was in that suit. I'm the guy. Oh, it was so good. Like, I love that game so much.
And just the world building, like, you walk into like these gothic cathedral style buildings, and it just you feel the scale of the game.
Yes, like, and they do great stuff where it's like you're in a building and you walk out, and as you walk out, it's like, holy crap, and it opens up your peripheral to just this war going on and statues falling on top of large groups of enemies or friendlies or whatever. Like, it is so good, and it goes decently on sale now. I grabbed it for like $20 something or $30 something, and they added it to Game Pass like 3 weeks after I bought it, but I don't care. I'm glad I bought it because I want to play it again at some point. But this is on Game Pass, so get on there if you have it and just play it. Like, it is delightful. It's my favorite game that I'm going to talk about today. My second game, I actually mentioned this in our Discord chat, Hollow Knight, I've been messing around with, just because it's been in my backlog since 2018. It's kind of like, okay, I got to start finding older things I haven't played. I own it on Switch, which got a free Switch 2 upgrade because I didn't have a Steam Deck at the time, and then I have it on PC, and that's where my save is. I'm not a huge fan of Hollow Knight, and I feel like I'm going to cause the comments to want to destroy me over this.
Get him, viewers. I
love Metroidvanias. It's one of my favorite like genres. Kaylan, you were talking about Metroid Dread. I love Dread. Like, I love that. I have a bunch of like random Metroidvanias on Steam. Time Spinner is one. Sundered. Like, just a bunch of like random Metroidvanias that are like $10 indie games, but they're so fantastic. And I think that the difference between like Metroid Dread and them and everything like that is this is more designed to be difficult. It's more designed for you to be kind of more lost, die more often, and have to go back. It's the type of game that when you die, all of your money is gone, and like your ghost is there, and you have to kill your ghost to get all your money back. It's kind of like a Metroidvania mixed with Celeste, though I did love Celeste, so I guess it's kind of not a great comparison. I just find that the game is like a little difficult and a little frustrating. You get hit 5 times, you die. You can heal, but you have to stand still for a few minutes and heal. And in order to get the energy to heal, you have to hit enemies to build up the energy and stuff like that. And it's kind of sad that I felt that way because I think the game is gorgeous. The actual mechanics of the game, like when you are fighting and stuff and you lose, it is completely your fault. It's not like the game is not fair or anything like that. Like, it runs and looks beautiful. The music is gorgeous. I've been listening to it on Spotify every single day. It really just was like the difficulty was holding me back. So then I'm like, it's fine. Sometimes Metroidvanias are difficult. You know, it's not like Metroid Dread. I didn't get stuck at the final boss for like a straight hour. But then when I looked, I'm like 5 hours in, and this game is between 25 and 40 hours to beat. And to me, for a Metroidvania, that's a really long time to be in a Metroidvania. I'm used to like Super Metroid, Metroid Dread, stuff like that, where by the time you've hit the 15-hour mark, if you're decent at these games, you might be near the end, or at least you could if you didn't care about the rest of the collectibles and stuff like that, right? Like, the fact that this would take me another 35 hours was also kind of like, I don't know if I could stick with it that long. However, I have fixed the game, and I will tell everybody how. Buy the Steam edition and go into the game guide area where somebody made a guide of how you can open your save file. And there is a way to turn on invincibility because the developer left it in for debug testing. And you can turn on God mode that way. And I did, and the game's a lot more fun now because I can't die and I can just go through it. Oh my God, it has completely changed it.
And now our comments are going to get flooded on this video being like, get
100%.
Good, Chris, get
no,
good.
I'm not getting good. I have 350 games in my backlog. I do not have 40 hours to die over and over.
And this is the problem. Like, this is like the thing with Hollow Knight, because I played it right around the time the PS5 was coming out. Like I was just in that holding period, and I'm like, I'll try Hollow Knight. And the game is great. Like you said, I agree with everything you said. Art style, gameplay, it's all great. The problem is that Hollow Knight's a very demanding game. Like it demands a lot. It demands a lot of skill. It demands a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of attention, and it asks it for a long time. And that's something that I didn't have for this game.
No.
So I think that's like kind of where I'm at with like the people love it. I get why you like it, but it's just not. It's not for everyone. This is a hardcore Metroidvania that is going to appeal strongly to a very small group of people. And so I played it for a while and I was having fun, but then I just hit a wall where it's like, you know what? I don't have the time and the energy and the patience to like focus in on this and like get a guide, follow a guide, figure out what I'm doing. Like it's too big for me to want to explore it naturally. And I fell off of it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like crazy because I've played, especially in the last couple of years, I returned to a lot of Metroid games, like the Game Boy Advance ones, Dread. I think I even replayed Super Metroid at one point. And with all of those and all the other ones I mentioned, like I never felt that this is too big, this is too long. Like it's still enjoyable the whole way. Sure, you take breaks or whatever, but it's not like I remember a point in Dread where I was like, oh God, how long is this? Like the entire time it's just exciting and the atmosphere is there and it never feels like, even when it's difficult, it never feels like I'm not going to be able to get through this because it's still just the right amount of difficulty. It's not too hard to navigate. Like in Hollow Knight, in order to see where you are on the map, not only do you have to buy the maps for areas, which happens in Metroidvanias, but you can't even see where you are on the map unless you buy a charm, which you have to put into your charm slot, which then shows where you are on the map. So it's like designed for you to not only have a map, but like have to memorize the corridors so you can look at it, but knowing exactly where you are, it won't just give you that. Where again, in a Metroid game, you open up your menu and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm there. Oh, there's a red door. There's a blue door. Like even that stuff appears. This, nothing appears on the map. If you forget where something is, good luck finding it again in the massive map. So I'm going to play through it with God mode just so that I can get through it, because as soon as I turn on God mode, I was having a great time because I'm flying around the map. I no longer care. I see like a big boss. I'm like, I'm not going to die. I'm just going to like whack, 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 whack. I'm just going to go crazy.
You don't know what you started.
I don't even, yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'll still fall off because I'll be like, okay, like, sure, the music's great and everything, but yeah, now I still have no idea what's going on. But I don't know. I'll still give it a try on my Steam Deck and stuff. I like the God mode. I'm glad I did it, but yeah, as the game is, it's too much for me. It's too difficult, too big, too everything, too much of an investment. I think that's the perfect word that you give, Kaylan. My third game is actually quite topical for today's episode because it was a part of the state of play that Shadow dropped on the PlayStation. I grabbed the God of War Sons of Sparta. Holy crap, what is it called? Yeah,
Sons of Sparta.
Yeah,
SOS.
Another Metroidvania. There you go.
God of War SOS.
Yeah, God of War SOS. So I have opinions. It is a game that came out as a Shadow drop, and I love that. I love that it's a God of War. I love the music, and the game is a solid like 7 out of 10 kind of experience, like 4 out of 6, or not even, or I guess around there. It's good. Like, don't get me wrong. I think if it didn't have the God of War label on it, it probably wouldn't sell as well, but I think the game would kind of be slightly more reviewed better by me that way. The game is fun, but the thing is I played a lot of other Metroidvanias where this one feels less polished than it, because again, usually it's like you have a weapon that's very quick, like even in Hollow Knight, like swinging the swords very quick and all that kind of stuff. This is like you have a spear and it doesn't feel like instant. It is slightly more where it's like you go back and then push forward with the spear. So there's like slight delays in your attacks. It's mostly about like parrying attacks or blocking with your shield. So I get like damaged a lot because again, to pull out the shield, like you have to be quick enough that you're doing it. And I feel like I'm not quick enough because I keep getting hit sometimes when it's like, what the heck? I'm holding the shield button. Why am I taking damage? And I do like, while I like the art style, it feels like less like polished and artsy and stuff than like some other pixelated modern games.
I didn't say it on the stream, but it didn't feel like a God of War kind of graphic style.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not that. But I mean, even just the quality, like, I don't know how to say it, but
It looks
it's more like...
to me it looks like an SNES game, but but not the premium ones. Like this looks like the B tier kind of like. It's not one of the ones that we think of fondly now, but it's like, yeah, this is what the graphics look like during the SNES. If you were just like that middle tier sort of developer.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not an artistic choice; it's an artistic necessity.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, and the thing is there's so many pixel art type of games that come out, especially JRPG wise. Like you got Sea of Stars, you've got Chained Echoes and stuff. They look gorgeous, and there's just something about this one. Yeah, it just doesn't look.
The movement looks weird. Like it looks...
there's a ghosting effect when you move.
You know what it looks like? It looks like an Xbox 360 indie game.
Yeah.
For me, it reminds me of like the old like Disney, like Aladdin and Lion King style games, where like it's got that weird jank to it.
Yeah, there is jank, and it's not all that. It's even with like some of the decisions. In order to heal, if you hold down R1 and attack, when you damage enemies, they drop health orbs instead of like magic orbs. But when you do that, you actually use magic orbs to earn those health. But even doing so, sometimes like you'll go to do it, but because you're attacking, you have to then switch to your shield. You won't do it quick enough, and you're going to actually lose more health than if you just had tried to attack the enemies normally. I don't know. It's kind of like some weird choices. The game is still fun. Don't get me wrong. I do think it's very cool that Sony's doing like a smaller game instead of a 7-year development kind of idea and everything like that. But it is just a little weird the way that this one kind of controls and some of the gameplay choices and stuff like that. It's just something's off. Like it isn't as polished as I thought it would be. I'm fully for a Metroidvania God of War. I think it's just more like, like the Prince of Persia one, the Crown one or whatever.
Lost Crown.
That was fantastic in my opinion. Like that game, the graphics, the look, obviously it was slightly different. It wasn't pixelated, but still like it felt a lot more polished than this one. I guess is kind of what I'm saying.
I think I'm with you. Like the thing, having not played it, but like, I think the issue is that like for the level that this is God of War, right? Like probably PlayStation's most successful IP in the PS5 era, right? With like God of War and with like Ragnarok, like this is right now, I think the biggest IP that PlayStation has.
Absolutely.
And to tie that name and that IP to this and like this level of gameplay, like or this level of design, like I don't know, it just seems like a weird choice.
Yeah, and it's also a little different because they brought back the original God of War voice actor, but as you can see in the gameplay, like Kratos is like 12 years old in this game. So it's you and Deimos, or whatever his brother's name is, and you're 11 and 12 or something. Like, it really isn't... Like, you have the original voice actor, but he's just narrating the game. Mm-hmm. And so he comes in sometimes, and it is a Kratos voice actor. It's whoever... There was some game on, like, the Vita or the PSP where Kratos was
Sons of Sparta?
I think so.
No, Sons of Sparta. What's it?
No, yeah, that's right. That's this.
Something Sparta.
Yeah, but yeah, it was Kratos as a kid. It's that voice actor again. But it's still weird just having this, like, 12-year-old Kratos with a spear, and you're not doing any God of War stuff. You're just
Ghost
using
of Sparta.
Ghost of Sparta, that one. Yes, that was it. Yeah, and I'm playing this on easy, and it is not easy. Like, it's just not. Like, the parrying, because it's so required... Even if you just seem to hold block, like I do it, and I'm still taking damage from random things, and I don't know if it's like me, and it's just like I really don't understand the mechanics, which it shouldn't be that hard. It's a Metroidvania, like block and attack exist. But yeah, like this is just, it's not as high as I thought it would be. Like I was hoping for a 10 out of 10. I still think it's like a 7 out of 10. Maybe it'll go down to a 6 out of 10 the more I play. Maybe it'll go up to an 8 out of 10 if something cool and epic happens. But as it stands right now, if you're a huge God of War fan and you just need every God of War game, I think pick it up. If you want to support like Sony making smaller games that aren't giant, wait 7 years for this open world whatever, sure. But yeah, like if you feel like this might not be your style of game, waiting on it or skipping it, like you'll be completely fine. As far as I can tell right now, not missing anything. The only thing I really, really love about it, and there's one thing that's a solid 10 out of 10, the entire soundtrack sounds like it was made on a Sega Genesis. Like literally that they only had the sound chip from the Sega Genesis is the whole soundtrack, which is weird because it's a Sony property and the Sega Genesis is older than any Sony console that's ever existed. But they went like a very Sega Genesis audio. So maybe that's what they're going for with the graphics too. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, that's it. Play Space Marine 2. That's the one. Do that.
Or Dispatch.
Or Dispatch, yeah.
It's definitely an option too. Before we do get into the state of play, because obviously Ghost or Sons of Sparta was part of that, I do want to take a moment to quickly twist the dagger and just a little bit more to Highguard before it's finally gone forever.
Stop. Adam, stop. It's already dead.
And look, I don't take any joy in this because I don't
Yes,
like it
you
when
do.
people lose their jobs. But obviously, like most of the team got laid off, which is hilarious considering that they said that it didn't matter if the game had 1,000 people playing or like 100 million or whatever the quote was.
Apparently it did.
We're going to be committed to it. Apparently, it really did matter.
I think it does, yeah.
There's a couple of things that have been said by different people, coming out about it. A couple of things that I want to point out, apart from the fact that, obviously they lied and said it didn't matter about how many people were playing the game. The two big things was them saying like, oh, well, it didn't help the gamers decided to just make it dead on arrival when it came out because of where it was at the Game Awards. First of all, that's not true at all. Your game wasn't interesting to people. That was the main problem. The other thing is, Chris and I, we both watched that trailer live. There was nothing substantial in that trailer. Like, what were you supposed to get out of that trailer that's supposed to make you excited for a brand new piece of IP? You just put a hero shooter on display and acted like we were supposed to care. You didn't tell us what was interesting about your mechanics, what was interesting about your world, what was interesting about your characters. Is there some sort of story that we should pay attention to? And then decided to not say a word about it the rest of the time before you released it. On top of that, you decided that in this massive world, like levels in the game, it was going to be 3v3, which made no sense because the maps were the size of like multiplayer maps that were designed for like 20 people. And then you apparently must have had the infrastructure together quickly because you hotfixed 5v5 like it was nothing. You also didn't have a scoreboard in this game, which is really weird for a hero shooter. You also don't have the ability to tab to see what your opponents are using hero-wise so you can try to counter them strategy-wise. Another weird thing to not have in a hero shooter. So I don't understand where this is like... obviously, we're going to have some blame for it because there are people that went out of their way to trash the shit out of it because of the Game Awards. I did it for 5 minutes and then got the fuck away from it because I didn't care anymore. But, like, people spent the entire time of this game's life cycle talking about how this game is going to suck on arrival. The most you got out of me was, hey, guys, isn't it kind of weird that this game's launching in a month and we haven't heard a peep about it? That was the most you got out of me. I wasn't wanting it to fail.
We also called it generic. We did call it generic, too.
Yeah, but that's not false.
No, it was very generic looking.
We weren't hating it because it was fun to do so. We were hating it because we're like, we don't care.
We weren't hoping for its failure.
No. I say all the time, like, Indiana Jones is a great example. I thought that game was going to suck balls. And I kept saying, guys, I don't want to be right about this. So, like...
And you were wrong.
Yeah, and I'm glad when I am because it means there's more good shit to play. So, like... When I look at a very standard hero shooter, I go, guys, we just had Concord. You can't be seriously making this mistake twice. And they made the mistake twice.
To be fair, it's lasted twice as long as Concord, though.
Which is not saying much.
Gosh, I forgot how short that was.
So, yeah, I was just looking up. It was 12 days. It was on for 12 days. No, I agree with you. Like, I think it's unfortunate that, like, was it dead on arrival? I don't know, but like,
no.
I think there was. But I think
if
there
it was a good game, it wouldn't have been.
No, but I think also the thing is that there was like, I think the biggest issue, and love to see like a deep dive by someone far smarter than us. And like,
Matt
what
McMuscle. I'm
happened
sure
here.
Matt McMuscles at some point will do that because he loves his series. What happened, which is for what happens to games that like either failed terribly or were just really broken.
But I don't think this is necessarily like a design of the game. I think it was more the how it was released, and I think that's more of the interesting thing here. And that like the weird radio silence, and then coming out as like a full like hard launch kind of day one start, and then like I think it was more the like I said the deployment of the game as opposed to the game itself that hindered it.
I'll tell you what I think it is, and that's to do with the second point. I can't remember if it was someone really high up on the team or like someone's like lower down the totem pole, but they mentioned of how like any conversations we had, about this game with anybody who was around it said like, man, like this game is too good to fail. And it sounded like there was a very massive toxic positivity thing going on within there. And they said too in this post that like, well, there was also people from like completely unbiased sources that were saying this too. And I'm like, guys, when you have to say that, that's really coding it that you were hearing it from people that really didn't want to say anything bad about the game.
Yeah.
And if it's saying, well, it was journalists that were saying this, I'm like, yeah, because they don't want to lose their access, guys. Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, when there was no demo, there was no beta test, there was no, as Kaylan said a second ago, like there was no follow-up. You didn't have anything other than what they call the negative reaction to the trailer. To which I go, and you didn't think to look into that? It seems to me that like it's a twofold problem with what Highguard is, and there will probably be a much larger thing to go about it. Also interesting that Tencent was apparently tied to this project, which also makes it interesting.
Yeah, I saw that today. Like, jeez.
But it's twofold. One, it was a hero shooter made in the same is Concord from? Oh yeah, in the same 12-month period essentially as Concord, and not learning from them. And two, clearly a very toxic positive culture that was not leaving any room for constructive criticism. Now they can say that they received some. I'm not willing to believe that when it clearly didn't go through well with the trailer, didn't go well with the fact that there was no follow-up to it, and didn't go well on release because there's a lot of stuff in that game that's missing that if you play any sort of hero shooter, even old and new, like Team Fortress 2, all the way up to a game like, I don't know, Valorant, Overwatch, stuff like that, that everyone collectively played Highguard and went, why is this not there? Why is there no scoreboard? Why can't I see what my opponents are doing? Why is the tutorial 15 minutes long? Like, all of these little things that eventually come together to form a project that goes, you say that you made this without corporate oversight, without, AI, with all of the, like, it was a passion project. I want to sit with these people and go, was it though? Or were you just really thinking that you could do the most popular thing better than everybody else because you didn't have the money telling you to do it? I feel like there might have been some ego in saying, well, we can make this better. We know we can understand how to do this right. And ended up creating a project that, like, even its best version would not have done, like, super well. I think even if this was, like, an 8, 9 out of 10 level game, I don't think this does gangbusters because, as we've said so many times on this fucking show, you can't pour people's attention away long from something that they've been playing for years.
No.
You have to be like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and almost no one can do that. So, like, you making a very good version of something that people have already tied years of their lives to is not going to grab them forever. In the same way that, like, we're playing Killing Floor 3 a lot right now. That's going to eventually go by the wayside, and we'll probably go back to Helldivers, or we might go back to Killing Floor 2. We might even go back to Left 4 Dead. Eventually, you get pulled away to something that you have even better memories for.
Yeah.
The only way Highguard is going to succeed, well, the only two ways that Highguard is going to succeed is if it was a trendsetter, or if it was so undeniably good that it takes over some of the best that are already in that genre. And it was never going to be either. So,
you
like,
could tell.
I've said it before, like, I don't know what these people were doing when they sat down after already have some of these games like Fortnite and Valorant and Overwatch already being a thing for so long and going, you know what we need to make? Another one.
Well, I think going back to your thing of like they had to do something different. They may have done something different, but like their lack of marketing didn't communicate. Right?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, if it was
no one
different,
knows what
who
the
knows?
difference was apart from the maps are really big.
Yeah.
That sounds like a downgrade. It doesn't sound like a good
And like, sure, like I know that, you know, because in some of these posts that were being done, they're talking about how like, oh, it was a massive hate mob and stuff. I'm like, it's the internet, guys. There's nothing we can do about that anymore. Like that genie is never going back in the bottle. Like there's nothing you can do to stop that. But like the comment of like, well, yeah, where's the quote? Yeah, oh, it's just the meme phrase of like, oh, it's Concord 2 or Titanfall 3 died for this. Guys, you had 12 months about-ish from Concord's failure to go, what can we do to learn from that? And decided to not do a thing. I'm sorry. I'm sad that a lot of you lost your jobs, but like somebody should have said something. Because I know some of you probably thought about this.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Because you can break into the market. Marvel Rivals did it, and I thought that wasn't going to succeed.
well, and I think I even said this. I don't think it does anything if not for the Marvel license.
Yeah, oh, 100%. Because it was just enough different. You're using different kind of like
but
powers
that's the thing, right?
and
Like
stuff. Yeah.
this is a new IP going into a field of so much already there. You have to be so good to take over that.
Yeah.
But it like there's nothing they could have done. And like I even said it, like, look, I hope this doesn't fail, but like I don't see how a new IP in an already way too oversaturated genre is going to do well. And
Yeah.
it failed quicker than I thought it would. I thought that
Yeah,
this
that
one
was
might have
fast.
some. I thought this one might have had at least, you know, like 6 months to a year before we started noticing some problems. I didn't think like a month.
Yeah, no, it was very quick. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that quick either.
And whether or not, like, even if this wasn't at the Game Awards, like, sorry to tell you guys, but like, I don't think it would have changed much. It just would have, like, it would have meant even less people played it at the start, and then it just probably would have fizzled out. They probably wouldn't have laid everybody off right away, but like, I don't think it would have changed much. You guys just made a product that wasn't what people were looking for at this point.
Also, the Game Awards was, as Kaylan's saying, the only advertisement for the game leading up to it. Like,
And you
if
got
they
the
weren't at the Game
biggest
Awards, what would have
stage.
they had?
Like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
true.
point where let's even say the conspiracy theory that Jeff put it there and it wasn't Wildlight's decision. Okay, fine. You guys now have an opportunity that almost no one gets. And what did you do? Nothing.
Yeah, like after it was just silence. Like there was no hype. Like you build hype.
Yeah.
Like,
You had that momentum and you should have jumped on it.
you see
Yeah.
even the negativity, right? Like you see the negativity and go, all right, well, this is our chance to like, okay, here's what we're doing. Here's an open beta. We want you guys to tell us exactly what you think about this. Get all that stuff. Here's some stuff about the characters. Here's what you need to know about the heroes. No, nothing. They just figured like if we're quiet, it'll go away. No.
No. It was a complete wrong decision. 100%.
You like, I don't know what to. The only times you need to shut the fuck up is when it's a scandal, guys. Any PR is good PR. You can use that to your advantage. And they didn't. So I need to twist the dagger in one more time. But unless something else comes out about this game, you will never hear another word of this game spoken again. Because Concord is still the main game for this.
Oh, 100%.
That's still the
Oh,
main.
yeah, that's the post child.
No one's going to call this Highguard 3. It's the next time that this happens, which it probably will, because again, companies are stupid. I can't wait to call the next one Concord 3. Can't wait.
Concord 3. It'll be actually just a re-release of Concord. Try again.
But anyways, let's talk about trailers that were actually fun to watch.
Yeah, let's talk about some good games.
Yeah.
So, I don't care that we didn't see gameplay for it. I'm so in for a John Wick game. Holy fucking shit, that's how I'm
Right.
starting this.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm so down
that
for
surprised the hell out of me. Like when it was like, that looks like a John Wick. That actually looks like Keanu. Oh, it's Keanu. Like, oh my God. Yes, I need it.
And we just need the Cyberpunk DLC in that game, and it's all good. He has to fight Johnny Silverhand. That's what we need. John Wick versus Johnny Silverhand.
Of
The
course.
fact that John Wick took so long for them to make a game, like John
They've
Wick
made
just straight
games,
make
but
a
like
video
I
game.
think one that's like way
No,
more into
let's
what
be-
it would
like,
you would
not to take
assume a
away,
John Wick
like-
game would be.
Yeah, like
John Wick
writes
Hex
itself.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically, there's been, but like not a what you would perceive the film on in a game would be.
Oh, 100%. Like you'd assume there'd be something Uncharted like game or something, an action game like Sifu.
I need
I
this
don't
to
know.
be like what Sleeping Dogs 2 should be.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that. God, so excited.
Like out of everything there, like it's the thing that we got the least amount of information on, and yet it's the thing I'm the most excited for because I want to see
Yeah, I
more
think-
about that.
It might be my most hype one too. Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of small things like again Control. The gameplay trailer for that looked amazing,
Inception with literal buildings folded.
and like I mean if anybody's played Control, like the gameplay was already really solid in that game, and I can't imagine it's gonna be any different here. And I said even on the stream like I actually really like how seamless like the gravity changing is. Like it really doesn't feel like it's anything specific. Maybe there's a button prompt to do it, but like whatever was going on in that trailer felt absolutely seamless and like it wasn't inhibiting you at all. Because like Chris, I know that you've played Gravity Rush games and those are a little bit weird camera wise.
What do you mean weird? They're awful. They're atrocious. I cannot control whatever cat or whatever her
Whereas
name
like
is.
with the trailer and Resonance, now that could always change. I keep saying Resonant. I think it's Resonant.
Yeah.
But like, if that's how it's gonna look for the entirety of the gameplay, when you're switching from like side to bottom to top to like upside down, topsy turvy, that looks fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
You know what this game reminds me of? And like I like Control because Control basically just melted my PS4 Pro. But this looks like a combination of like Prototype meets Gravity Rush. Like that's
Yeah.
what it looks like. And like I'm down for that.
To me, it looks just like M-rated Super Mario Galaxy. Like he's just jumping
Yeah.
and changing gravities and stuff. It's crazy.
Well, and the thing too is like, I mean, from playing Control, like, did I understand most of what was going on in the game? Nah, not really. It was fucking fun,
Still couldn't tell what was
Man,
and
happening.
the
that one
atmosphere in
level.
that series is so good.
Yeah.
I do love the aesthetic a lot.
Remedy's a good studio that like they don't miss. Like the game might not be for you, but they don't release bad.
I mean, Alan Wake 2 is sitting on my PlayStation now.
I'll never touch it.
I don't think I'll ever touch it, but yeah. Again, please, Remedy, just release that one level. I just want to play the Herald of Darkness level. I don't want to have to play the rest of the game to get to it.
Oh yeah.
I'm super excited for 007. Like that is my.
Oh yeah, the little bit more of story that they gave.
Yeah,
and
I didn't
stuff.
have much to say about that because I'm just like it's just more of what we're already waiting for. It's like the same with like I would have said something about Saros, but like it's just more of what we've already come to see. So
Like Saros, I was looking at it, and like this just looks like Returnal, but like
better.
I am more inclined to play Saros. Like I don't want to play Returnal. I don't want to like that bang your head against the wall to get good kind of thing. Like I don't have time for that.
I did say
Saros-
I do need to get Returnal on PC and then see if there's a really good easy mod for it, so I can just finally like actually push
maybe
through
there's
it.
a debug. Maybe there's debug like invincible God mode on there.
I mean, I'm sure something exists, right? Like
Go into the Hollow Knight save. It probably works in
Yeah.
that game too.
Chris, what was the thing that stood out the most to you?
That hasn't already been. One thing, 007, you can tell that's definitely a game that's going to capture like even just more casual gamers. Because even my wife has told me like I won't be playing that game without her watching, and I don't think I've ever had her watch me play a game before. Like,
See, I'm gonna have that problem with Jen. Like, I'm gonna have to battle for the PlayStation. Like, that's gonna be an issue for us.
Yeah, like-
because Jen, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but like those of us who've been listening for a while, like know what happened with Jen. Like, Jen doesn't play games hard often, but when she goes deep. Like, we remember Jenny Bezos from Skyrim days. Like, it's gonna be a problem.
oh yeah. Oh gosh, what else? I mean, the Death Stranding PC port, I don't care
I
about
love
Death
that you
Stranding.
called that. I was gonna say you really did like the Kenna trailer.
Oh, there
Really?
we go. Yes. Well, the thing is, I love Bridge of Spirits or whatever the first one is.
Yep.
Do I think it's like an incredible game? No, like it's not like game of the year kind of like, oh my God, if you're ever going to play one game this year, it has to be one of these Kenna games.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it that much, but I do think that I have a better shot of liking Scars of Kimura or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or
For
Cosmora?
me, the first one, it was like that comfort food. Like if an Xbox 360 game somehow got the technology that Pixar films have for making their movies, like it just gave that like kind of old school kind of game. The very small maps, collectibles, you know, like a really trippy Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know what else to call
Yeah.
it. Like, I really liked it because of that comfort food, easy gaming. Like, I just played it to, like, it felt like you're playing a video game instead of, like, an experience and a crazy story and all that. I couldn't even tell you what the story was in the first game. I just remember it was nice and cute and pretty and all that kind of stuff.
But also brutally hard.
I don't remember
It
the
was
game.
brutally hard.
I don't remember it being too hard. Oh, I remember one trophy being really hard, but I can't remember if it was based on difficulty or not. Yeah, I can't remember.
I remember like that game having a huge difficulty ramp in terms of like, oh, it's a cute, fun little picture. Oh, no, never mind. Like, it's super hard now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
so- and that-
That may have happened, yeah.
So, because I played Kena Bridge of Spirits, and like I thought it was fine. Like for me, what I'm hoping is like this does not excite me. Like I'm not eager now to play Kena Scars of Cosmo or whatever. But what I'm hoping for is that this is one of those like, hey, Kena was like the first kind of game for the studio. They kind of figured it out because I felt Kena was repetitive. I felt like the difficulty curve was all over the place. That I'm hoping that this takes all those lessons and put them together and figures out like, hey, we now know what we're doing and we've built.
Well, it'd be really funny too because it just looks like the combat looks so Horizon like. They'd be like, well, good. At least somebody's doing Horizon combat better than Horizon will be in its third
That's
game.
what they were. That's the first game was like that too, though.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Just without, like, a mountain stuff.
I was gonna say that's not true. I like the first game.
I'm excited for Pragmata. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, but I'm interested in Pragmata. and see
Yeah,
how
I'm
that
way
one
more
lands
curious
up.
about it than I thought I was. By as we're getting closer to
100%.
its release,
100%.
I thought it was just gonna be like, I don't give a shit about this game. And every time we get another trailer for it, I'm like, you know, it is kind of interesting.
Yeah, like it keeps getting a little bit more in me, like it's hooks every little bit. And first time I saw it, I'm like, this is gonna be like it's a Resident Evil in space something. I don't know. That's a spaceman. That's a little creepy Resident Evil girl on his back. Whatever. Good. It'll be
I
good,
have it
but
right.
it's not for
you're
me.
just you're playing a big daddy in like super sci-fi Japan.
Oh man, if it becomes a BioShock game, I'm all in. But yeah, like it keeps getting its hooks in me because it's actually very interesting. It seems like kind of unique, not like something you've really ever seen before.
I think that's also
yeah.
why I like the trailer so much because I keep looking and being like, I don't know what you are, and I think that's why it's working. It's because it's like, I can't compare this to anything.
It's the
Yeah.
mystery. J.J. Abrams, the game. What's in it? What's in the box?
I think the biggest reveal is that Kaylan's going to be allowed to play Metal Gear Solid 4 again. I think that it's finally time that we can just get him in there. Like, because Kaylan, you started there and you didn't know what was happening because it was your first Metal Gear. You played
Now
out of
you
order.
do.
Now
Here's
you
the
get
thing.
to figure it out.
Here's the thing. When I played the first time, I didn't know what was happening. I was confused. Now I'm going to play it, and I just don't care. I still don't know what's going on, and I just don't care now.
Also, is it weird that Konami's making games now?
A lot of games. A lot
Like
of games.
actually,
That Castlevania game apparently is made by, I think it's the people who make Dead Cells, if I'm not mistaken, which makes sense. They have Dead Cell, like Castlevania DLC. Now it's all coming together. They've been working together this whole time.
It all lines up.
but like you had Darwin's Paradox, that like octopus game.
Yeah. Oh, that looked
Where
cute.
I'm like, that looks
fun.
interesting. There was also even like an anime RPG that I'm like, Konami,
Yeah, that was the what the heck is
Konami,
it
anime
called?
JRPG.
What was that? That
I
was
didn't
the
know you guys
Noir,
made
right?
video games.
Pachinko machines are not doing what they were before.
No, I would imagine, no. Yeah, I was, yeah.
The biggest thing.
can I-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kaylan.
No, can I have a moment to gush on Star Wars?
I mean, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Come on.
That looks so good.
Do you know what my
They
only
don't need to
disappointment
tell
is
us
with-
anything, honestly. Like,
No, it's just like-
show a couple more cars, and we're like, yep.
Don't even they just need to get like tell me like how much and when, and I'm there. Like I'm gonna buy it. Like this. Is
I'm
the
glad
kind of
Chris
game that
understood who the person was at the end.
I could play this game like with my kid nonstop. Like
Oh,
I could
100%.
see my kids just loving this and just watching
the
play.
car, the
The
speeder
explosions,
crashes.
the crashes, and
Yeah.
everything. Like so good. The only disappointment I have with this is this seems like a game that would just do so well in VR, and I'm disappointed it's not in VR.
That would get you so motion sick, though.
Because like
Yeah, I feel like I
but
would
think
be
about it,
vomiting,
because they
but
had like
it'd be
they
fun.
had Star Wars Squadrons. That was the VR game, and I thought that
Yes.
one was great. And I just want to play this one in VR.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can actually see that, yeah. God, it looks so good. Yeah, they had the reveal of like one of the pod racers from episode 1. If I knew the alien's name, I'd be lying. I'd have no idea what it is. But still, like, just it looks like, was it the Need for Speed guys? Is that who it is? No, Burnout. It looks like Burnout.
It looks like Star Wars Burnout, and I'm like,
it looks like Star Wars
Burnout. Those are two
Burnout.
things that I never thought would be a thing together, and my God, does it work?
And they go so well together.
So well. Good gravy.
I mean, you think about how pod racers crash in the movie. That's a Burnout crash if I ever did see it.
Oh yeah.
I did love the fact that you understood who that one character was, because it made it like a nice contrast to how I'm one of the only people I think in my entire friend group that knew who Danger was in the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls trailer. I'm like,
no idea.
Wow, how am I the nerdy one that knows this comic book character that's so like way out there?
That's a niche character right there.
Because like, yeah, sure, like Wolverine, Storm. If you don't know those, then you don't know X-Men. I'm sorry for your damn luck there. Magic, you might not, but also if you've played Midnight Suns, you're familiar, so it's fine. Danger.
Yeah, I had no idea. When you explained the character, I was like, oh, I had no idea. Okay.
And there are people that, even there's people still that are like, well, that's a really weird choice for them. I'm like, no, guys, you don't understand. That's the Arc System Works way. There's always a couple of really weird ones.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this is Guilty Gear, right? So, one of the characters in this game, her name is Abba, or A-B-A. She is like this weird zombified character, and her weapon is this gigantic key that has got eyes and like a stitched together mouth. Arc System Works just loves saying, you know what, we need a couple of like ones that just visually make no sense.
Do they hang out with the Romeo Must Die?
Oh, what's that? X-Men? You have a character that's literally an AI, AI autonomy, like piece of metal, like bodywork. That's essentially like a really hot girl, but it's actually the Danger Room, like modified into that. Yeah, we can definitely vibe with this shit. We're weird enough. We can do this.
Yeah.
Which also makes me wonder, because like, based on the characters they've shown, like they're doing it in teams, so like the reveals are going to be in teams. So we know that because like Cap and Iron Man are in there, okay, there must be an Avengers, but also Spider-Man and like Ms. Marvel in there, so maybe there's a new Avengers. I'm trying to think.
Villains. There'll definitely be a villains one.
Yeah, because Magneto's in there, so there
Dooms.
must be a villains one, and there's one other I'm blanking on, and I'm quickly trying to bring up what's there to see if I can trigger that memory here.
Because it was 5 groups that it showed, and it was like 4
Ghost
characters per group.
Rider and Star-Lord are kind of like a weird one that like they might throw something together with. I'm not sure what. But yeah, like so far, like apart from what we got revealed in the last trail, we still have Cap, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider, Iron Man, Ms. Marvel, Spider-Man, and Star-Lord. So they have 4 more teams to reveal. I can't see a world where Cap and Iron Man aren't one of them. I would be stunned if they put Spider-Man on that team as well, because having 3 characters out of the 4 already revealed is weird. Because we know it's 20. And since they've given us 4 characters in this first run, that means there's 5 teams. So you piece it together. Avengers makes sense. Whether that means Hulk is one. Honestly, Hulk would make sense. Arc System Works also loves their big, slow, beefy guy that has a lot of power but no speed. Would make sense. But also, like, Spider-Man, Ms. Marvel, that does sound like a new Avengers team. Doom immediately triggers villains. And then, like, I don't know what the other space is. But I do like what they're doing in that they're not going to go, like, hard on all the obvious picks right away, because obviously you want to work with that in DLC. This is also, side note, one of the very few games that I might actually pre-order the deluxe edition of, so I have a year's worth of DLC incoming. Because this is my thing.
Dang.
Nice.
I did that with Sonic Racing Crossroads. This all checks out.
Yeah. Like, it's weird, because again, like, also I do like the story mode of, like, hey, most of the heroes are actually out, so, like, we're making do with what we got. Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that the X-Men are like, guys, like, we don't, like, Charles, Cyclops, like, they're not available. Like, they're out. Like, they're either, like, I don't know if they're dead or if they're just straight up like, dude, they're broken. Like, we can't use these guys right now. So, like, look, Wolverine and Storm are here, but, like, Magic's the best you got left on this roster. Like, even, what's his name, Colossus is busy or he's injured. Like,
but we need 4 people. I don't know. Can you turn the Danger Room into a girl? Sure.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, Jubilee's not making the cut, Chris. Come on.
No, Jubilee's not making the cut.
Because like it also leaves the door open that like you can easily bring in like now that we know X-Men's done, so that leaves you plenty of room to be like, all right, here's Cyclops, here's Gambit. Like you have so much more time to be like during the course of however long this game's life cycle goes. Because I think they just finished adding Dragon Ball characters. I think that's finally done, and that game's been around for a while. So. And I think Guilty Gear is now about to go into 2.0 for Strive. So they're still going to be releasing characters, and that game is, let me just check, 2021. So that game is already almost 5 years old, and they're like, there's no slowing down. So like if Tokon does well, that roster is vast that you can pick from. Mm-hmm. And that's not even counting like if they decide to do a guest character that's not even Marvel. Because you could easily be like, all right, Soul Bad Guy's coming in the game, or they pull somebody from Blaze Blue or whatever else, right? It depends also, I guess, what Marvel just says is okay to do, but like I can't imagine that they can't go, guys, can we put like one of our characters in there? Like, come on.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, the game does look fun. I usually don't get excited for fighting games, but this one has piqued my interest as long as it has like a single player campaign or story mode.
They've shown like there is a story mode. And
okay,
now here's the thing I'll warn you about in advance, because they haven't said what it is yet, but like they sometimes will do this. Guilty Gear stories are not playable. It's like a movie. You just watch. So it might be the similar thing with Marvel. Not sure. They probably will, because that's kind of what they do with their story modes, because it just means that they craft a solid storyline and not worry about like making gameplay make sense. Like if you want to play gameplay, like go play online or go play the arcade mode. If you're here for like a really good story, just kick back and watch, and we'll show you some cool shit. But we'll see. Not sure about that though. But yeah, I'm super stoked for that. Otherwise on my list, other than just like I'm not gonna play it, but I do think it's cool for those that are pining for the old games that the old trilogy is getting remade for God of War.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know how some people feel about it. Like I've seen like a mixed reaction to it, but like at the same time, I'm like, look, we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, like is it going to be the old style, the new style of God of War, but in the old games?
I think it's just. I think they're gonna. If anything, they might just change like the camera a lot to make it a little bit more modern. But I don't assume that they're gonna suddenly turn them into like serious like third-person action-adventure games. I think it's still going to be the similar gameplay loop. There's just going to be a lot of like quality of life adjustments and obviously a fresh coat of paint to it. I would hope.
Yeah, it's a weird one because like I don't know. Like I've played most of the God of War. Like I've played most of the console things with the exception of Ascension, and like I don't know. I don't feel compelled to go back to the Greek God of War. I think
my question was like how many people were looking for it. Like I'm not saying it's bad that they're doing it. I'm more just like also it's cool that they're bringing back the OG voice actor to reprise that. He was a fantastic salesman for that trilogy.
Oh my god,
yeah, he was great. He's like,
so charismatic.
But like I don't know if there was any franchises they were looking to see remade right now. I don't know if that's the one that people are clamoring for.
It's Infamous. Infamous is the one that we want.
Infamous,
yeah, I
or
would
even
say
Sly
Infamous.
Cooper if you want to go like
Sly Cooper.
The problem is that like there's a divide now with like God of War 2017 or 2018 or whatever it is. Like the God of War Norse was so good because what it did is it took the God of War that we grew up with, right? And it brought it to a more mature level. The people who played the original God of War, the Greek God of War, like kind of grew up and kind of I want to say, and like correct me if I'm wrong, but like kind of grew out of it. Like it's very much a time of like angsty 14-year-old boy kind of power fantasy, right?
I mean,
like,
apparently I grew out of it before it even was released because I didn't.
Fair, but like it was very much designed like, and we talked about this like with Metal Gear, and that it's like designed for like a very teenage audience. And I think a lot of the people who played it grew out of it. Like I got tired of God of War and like the constant monotone anger and like the very thin characterization. And when it came up with like, hey, here's a complex like Kratos with like differing emotions and dealing with that, like it's something that resonated with me in my life, and that like I had kind of felt like I matured, my life had gotten different, and like to see Kratos mature too was really good. And so like I liked it from that perspective. Those who never played the Greek God of War just know that Kratos, and that was good too. And I feel like going to the Greek God of War is a bit of a step back for the character, for the game series. Not in a bad way, but I don't see this being as loved as like the Norse God of War is. So I think it's one of those, like, we have fond memories, and like the gameplay is cool, and God of War 3 like has some of the best boss fights in any game of all time, but like it's very one dimensional, and like I don't know if it's gonna hold up in a modern gaming atmosphere.
No, I feel like they'd have to completely change the tone and like the writing, make it actually like, because the writing in the old games were like, okay, so Kratos is going to kill 50 guys and then fuck Athena in this one room, and you'll be off camera and you'll see his statue. Like, like there wasn't writing, there wasn't character development. It was like, this guy's pissed off.
No, I mean, keep in mind too that maybe maybe it's more like for a younger audience to get into it now, right? Like maybe it's being made again for 16-year-olds to get into it now.
Yeah,
but they're busy playing Fortnite.
Oh God, please don't be like Fortnite. I'll take any version of this game that doesn't try to appease to that crowd. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like I'm in the same boat as you guys, where I'm just like, I don't think it's necessary right now.
It's definitely not something I was hoping for, like missing. I still have God of War now, and I like new God of War.
But so. at least, you know, unlike the Game Awards, like it was a one last thing announcement that we're like, all right, at least name wise that makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's just, I feel like God of War peaked with the Norse version, and we're going back, and it's not going to be as good. And I'm trying to think of like an example of like a movie where it's like, oh, once we had like the sequel, it's like the original one looks dated, and we don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I would have much rather had like a modern Jak and Daxter, a modern or a remake of the first Infamous game on PS3, a new Sly Cooper, like any of those. I'd rather the resources be going there. And I get that's not Santa Monica, but
I might be tinfoiling this because they didn't show any gameplay from the remakes. I'm wondering if they've been working on a new game that was intended for next gen, but now that they're pushing the consoles back, they went, oh shit, we can't do anything with this right now. And they're like, why don't we quickly just like remake the trilogy and just... And that'll keep us busy for like the next couple of years while we're figuring this out. You could be
onto something. They canceled that God of War live service game. There was one that they were developing, and it was one of the ones that just they announced that it was. Well, yeah,
it could be either like they were working on something else, and now they need to figure out something to do in the meantime, or it could have been a case of like they were starting the like process of getting the new God of War that was intended for PS6, and going, well, shit, this isn't going to be happening for a couple of years. Why don't we like have this, like we'll slowly chip away at this, but we're not going to intend to do anything with this for a little while.
Yeah, you could be right. Something like that.
Did they confirm that it's Santa Monica that's developing this, or is it?
No, I think it was a different.
No, but I mean, people are also like already getting the idea that Blue Point might be actually working on this.
Blue Point.
This is a Blue Point thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's Blue Point.
I'm not even saying like they're doing this because like it might even just be a case of like Santa Monica's working on the next one, and it's just like, well, we don't want to reveal this until like. In fact, it might not even be a bad idea that they go, hey, let's just keep working on this now, and then let's say at the turn of the decade, maybe when we're releasing a new console, this is prime ready to go day one on PS6.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Like, who knows? Is there anything else from State of Play that you guys that we haven't gotten to yet? I think we covered most of the big stuff.
I mean, the only thing we haven't covered is Marathon, but I think that speaks to the fact that we haven't covered Marathon.
I mean, I could have said something about it, to which I'll say the exact same thing that I said on stream. I'm not saying that I won't play it, but Bungie has made me really not care. Like, the gameplay, Bungie multiplayer gameplay is fun. Like, it's still good. But, like, I have no intention of going near this game unless it's reviewing extremely well.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to give them any bit of my money right now.
Yeah. If it was like reviews really well, I'd be interested. But
it would have to be undeniably good. Like, it would have to be 9s across the board to get my attention.
This is not the game for me.
It would have to really be like, I don't want to. I have to have that FOMO, like I'm missing out on something.
Like, honestly, because I'm having such trouble really sticking with single player games right now. Maybe it's just a mental thing that's just not working. But like, I could use a multiplayer game that I could play with people and come back to. I could use that.
You could play For Loop, that other one that was there.
Warhammer Space Marine.
Or just go play Space Marine. Get Space Marine
Chris
2.
is desperate for a partner to play.
Load up Space Marine. Hop on Space Marine.
I want something like good though.
Oh, Space Marine is so good.
We've got a game for you. It's called Space Marine.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about that 4 loop? Just because I made the joke about it. Fighting the Rubik's Cube thing? Like, I don't...
Honestly, the thing that turned me off a lot of these games, I'm like, oh, this looks cool. Play with friends co-op. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
This looks like a cool game that I would have played if it was early PS4 days, and now that I'm at that point that like most multiplayer games don't do it for me anymore, that I'm just like, I don't care, guys.
I have zero desire
Like
to play this
I'm
game.
nearly 40, and like I have time, but like I'd rather use time with stuff that I know I'm gonna like. So like, why would I play something that's gonna be either with randoms and I'm gonna hate it, or once in a blue moon with friends and I'm not gonna be caught up?
Yeah.
I had my Destiny run. I don't think I need to do anything like this again.
No. And you can tell when a game like Helldivers, stuff like that. Like when you see those, you're like, that is co-op, but that looks fun.
There is something I forgot about. What was it? I closed my document because I thought I was done. What was the name of it? It was a weird name, Chris. What was the Project one? Project Windless.
Oh, yes.
The weird like Dynasty Warriors game where it looked like you were a fucking chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is because it looks just like another
looks
basic bitch Dynasty Warriors game. But for some reason it was clicking, and I don't know why.
Because it looks like that mascot game you played, and you want to play as a chicken in a Dynasty Warrior game.
No, Promise Mascot Agency is way better than this. You shut your mouth.
He's a giant rooster man, and he's just fighting people. I don't know. It spoke to me a bit.
Anime fans,
and this is not
it just
my
looks
type
like
of game.
we're getting a Shangri-La Frontier game that's not Shangri-La Frontier, okay? So...
Man, this is like Fable got like somebody kicked a chicken in Fable and he grew into this guy and he's pissed.
This is what happens in Kakariko Village where you kick that chicken and it's back for revenge.
This is actually just a Legend of Zelda game. It's just
Final boss is Link.
But yeah, like all in all, like I mean, Chris and I we said like we went into this state of play going, look, we're having low expectations because we know what state of plays are. Unlike apparently most people that watch the streams. And sure enough, when it was actually B at best, like it was a B plus tops. That was great because it was well above expectations. Because when you're going in thinking, God, if it's at least a C, I'll be happy. It's nice when you get a B plus.
It was nice to see a bunch of just like stuff that's like kind of interesting. It wasn't all one genre. It wasn't all just like, just like, oh, here's a logo of a game. Anyways, here's a developer talking about a game they're starting.
Shooter.
Here's another hero shooter. Highguard 2.
I didn't
If you
need
don't
all
like
the
that
extra
hero
time
shooter,
to give
here's
the
another
Konami
one.
guy time to speak. I could have gone without that. That could have been 5 minutes saved, but...
Yeah, but Konami may have paid for that spot. They really want it in there. Who knows?
Okay, so is that Darwin's Paradox or whatever the fucking JRPG one? Is that Concord 3? Is that the next one that got put way too much time on a showcase and fails?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, all in all, like I've seen people ask like, "Oh, the state of plays need to be that from now on." I still don't believe it should because then that means state of play would be like once every 6 months.
I'm okay with that.
I still would like the format of like a state of play a month to give you a heads up of here's all the games that are coming out the next month, and then have like a big showcase like every 6 months where it's like, okay, here's where all the big stuff is. Because here's the thing. If you know a state of play is 30 minutes of just here's a bunch of Indian AA games, cool. At least you know. But because they always go into state of plays thinking, oh, well, maybe this is the one where they finally show off the next Uncharted. Like, if you put the ground rules down, it's not going to be that bad. Like, if you call state of play, here's your monthly thing of here's all the important, like the indie and AA games that you might not know about that are coming out this month. Here you go. At the end of every month, here's the one for, here at the end of this month, here's March. At the end of March, here's April. And then whatever it is, if it's in February, because it's usually around the time that a lot of games start getting the release dates, or say in September or August or July or around E3 season, I don't know. You want to go 2 times a year, here's where we start throwing some of our big stuff. Cool. And you just name it something else. Name it the PlayStation Showcase, or just, I don't fucking know what else you name it. But, like, I don't have a problem with the monthly stuff. Just set the expectation of what that is. Because I'll still stream them, and I'll go into them going, hey, if I see some cool stuff to wish list, that I've already got what I need out of that. And then when it's time to actually care about what's coming on, Because that's what we all did going into this one. We kept thinking, well, this is a much longer one than usual. So clearly there must be something more in this one. And we were right. But we still went in low because State of Play is the name on it. So, like, if they change it up and State of Play happens twice a year, okay, I guess fine. But now that means that if State of Play happens, the expectation is now this, minimum.
Yeah.
Well, I think just a larger thing is that it's so inconsistent of what the expectation of State of Play is. It could be anything from, hey, here's a 30-minute deep dive into just Borderlands 4, or, hey, we're announcing the next PlayStation first-party studio game. Like, it could be anything, and it's hard for us to gauge expectations or set expectations, whereas,
100%.
like you said, hey, here's your State of Play is just going to highlight whatever's coming out this month, and hey, it could be a PlayStation
Nintendo doesn't seem to have that problem with theirs.
Yeah. But it could be like, hey, here's our first place. Here's like the one for March. Saros is coming out. We're going to deep dive into Saros and some of the other games. But we're not going to talk about, the next Wolverine because it's not that thing.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to find it at like the PlayStation Showcase. And then when we get to the release month of Wolverine, then we're going to do a deep dive into Wolverine.
That would make the most sense, right? Like every month
so
you do something that's just for what's coming out the following month, and then twice a year, because it seems to work out nicely around that time, like January, February, and then July, August. You split them out. Here's where we put the big stuff that's like coming out in like 6 months plus. Mm-hmm. And then when it's time to deep dive something, or if there's just, say it's a dead month, like say April's a dead month for all your stuff. It's not. I'm just saying it as an example. Then here's just a string of trailers. Don't spend 5 minutes on a game no one cares about. Just trailer. Okay, guys, thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Even, you know what, it doesn't have to be even monthly. It could even just be seasonally. Like, hey, here's the games coming out for spring. Here's the games, like, we'll do one.
I mean, you use your discretion, right? Because there's so much, like, especially with Steam. Like, if Steam would really benefit from doing something like that and, like, actually, like, quartering out some of, because there's so many fucking games that release on it every day. It'd be really cool if they actually did, like, some sort of a spotlight, or if somebody took the initiative, whether it's like a PC gaming show, how they do sometimes, or anything like that. If somebody took the initiative to really spotlight a few things every month on Steam, that would be also really cool. Because I like the idea, because based on the games that I play generally now, I would love to have a little more instead of me just like looking through what's new and then watching trailers of my own accord and going, like if it just all comes down like once a month, I can get like a good feed of like, here's a bunch of things that you might be interested in. Then it gives me a couple of things. Because every time we do any sort of stream like this, like I'm hoping just to wish list a couple things. So if I could have something that like every month I could go, all right, there's like 2 things I can maybe take a look at if they review well. Like that means 2+ games every month now that I might be having something of interest to look forward to, instead of just once in a blue moon going to my Steam featured thing and being like, here's 10 games for you. And I'll be like, all right, well, that looks kind of interesting, but I have to do that of my own turn. Like this time it makes it like something that A, I know is coming every month, and B, I can stream for the views here.
Hell, you know what? You can even just fill it with your PlayStation Plus catalog games for like the month, and like, hey.
Well, that's something you can also do, right? Like that'd be a great way of announcing it instead of just throwing a post out there that like just shows up on Reddit for me, right?
Yeah.
Like make
actually,
it mean
Adam,
something.
Speaking of, because you're talking about that with Steam, Steam actually does do something like that. It's just not video. They put out their top releases of every month, so like they just released their January one.
Well, I'm more meaning like in prep.
Oh, like upcoming.
Like I'm meaning like here's a bunch of as we get to the end of the month, here's what's coming out in March that might be interesting.
Yes,
Whether it's
yes.
developers buying into it or like just literally someone just going like, okay, we think these will be actually good representations for March.
Yeah, I could see the benefit in that.
Because like especially in dead months, like when we get into like December and January when it's usually pretty quiet, like those would be the best times possible for a company to go, look, there's not a lot coming out in January, but here's a couple of cool things you might not know about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think like a monthly, it's like a Nintendo Direct or a Sony Direct, where it's not about announcements. It's literally just, here's what's upcoming this month. And like you get it at the end of, say, January, where it's talking about what's coming out in February. And like, it's just trailers to get you the hype going for those games. And they just release one every month. Like, I think that's kind of the smartest way to do it. Like the indie, directs that Nintendo does, but monthly.
And I'll say this in the nicest way possible. Blogging isn't a thing anymore that anyone really partakes in. No one cares about your posts on the PlayStation blog.
No.
Stream
No,
it. That's
Yeah,
where
like-
that's where people go to look at stuff.
Yeah, you need like YouTube
Either
and
release a
stuff.
stream, or you know what? If you don't want to deal with the "we're Bloodborne" guys, then just put the fucking video out.
Yeah, like don't have it live with the comments.
Like just
TikTok,
do,
baby, or YouTube, just like you can find us, PixelPlay Podcast.
yeah, exactly.
please leave us comments. We actually want them.
Like-
tell us where Bloodborne.
Tell Chris how shit he is at Hollow Knight and call him basic and
Okay, I am basic.
Don't
at
cut
Hollow
him.
Knight,
And then
okay? I accept it.
tell me I'm wrong, because I know that's what my role on the show is.
Well, I mean, you have a good idea here. I like your actual monthly
Yeah.
direct videos. I like it. So you're not wrong about this one individual thing.
But The Last of Us is a bad game.
Okay, he's back to me now. Jesus.
There we go. And the bingo card is full. Congratulations, a winner is you. Anyways, that's going to do it this week, guys. So, a bit of an update here. I don't know when this is going to release. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week or if we might save it to next week's episode. But we do have some really interesting content. We are potentially going to be having a video where we're working with a indie developer to show their game off. The first time that we're going to get to do something like this. I don't know if it'll be this week. We haven't decided on when we're going to release the video. We haven't even recorded yet, I should also say. But it is something that we're working towards, so look forward to that. We will announce when that's coming out. But also, side quest this week. We are doing another top 5, and I've made it painful for Chris again because we had to decide between the top 5 games in the Sonic franchise. And it was really difficult for him to not put Sonic and the Secret Rings in. I tell you, I had to really fight to make sure that, he didn't put it on the list. But my God, we managed to keep it off the list. So,
How dare you?
For all you people
How
that were
dare you?
afraid of Sonic and the Secret Rings being on a top 5 list of the best Sonic games of all time, just to spoil, I know it's a massive spoiler, guys, but we managed to keep it out.
Imagine that's the comment we get in the video. What the hell? Who's shitting on Secret Rings?
I mean, I'm sure there's enough AI bots that could do that.
Probably.
But anyways, so you know the drill. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. We always appreciate the little bit of the algorithm hop here. If you are listening on any audio platform, you can give us a rating. Please do so there. Otherwise, share with all your friends. And don't forget the link tree at linktr.ee/PixelPlay Podcast, where it's the link to our Discord, link to our socials, all that fine stuff. Also, almost forgot, every Saturday morning at 9:30 Eastern AM, I should say, I do my weekly Saturday morning streams. It might as well be at this point. And we are hopefully, I don't know how much time I got left, but I'm pretty sure we're a couple hours away from finishing Mega Man Legends. So if you want to come by and watch me panic like a motherfucker again, but hopefully finish the game then, and enjoy more of the Tsundere squad, as I like to call Trombone in the game. I fucking love those guys so much, Chris. They're so good. I love the Bonds.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, come and join us there. I don't know what the next game is going to be yet, although I have a pretty good idea on what it's going to be, so stay tuned for that. But that's going to do it, guys. So wherever you may be, enjoy the rest of your day and take care. Bye-bye for now.